Joining me now is Steve Carter, who is general manager at Slow Bar. Steve, I've been to Slow Bar in Southeast Portland, and I'm sorry to hear that it's closing. It's a really great place.
Yeah, we're sorry to be closing. It's been on that corner since 2004. We just hit 21 years on July 4th,
Yeah,
and it's
and
been
that's quite an accomplishment for a bar, a restaurant, even in the city of Portland. How much longer are you going to be open?
we're having a kind of a blowout party on July 31st, next Thursday, and then after that, it's going to be a little bit touch and go. We've had staff have to find jobs, so they're going to be starting jobs, and we're already on a skeleton crew as it is. We lost a cook to a family emergency, and which has made us shorten our hours. So we're trying to pack it all into a shorter time frame every day. So yeah, we're there for at least another week, and then it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a little touch and go after that. That's the best way to find out is to follow our social medias.
How has business been since word got out about the upcoming closure?
Absolutely insane. It's been wild. The first day after we announced, it was pretty crazy, and I guess it was like, a taste of what was to come. But we basically been doing, double to four times the sales that we were doing before, with a staff that was the size that we were using for the last year, which was, a very small crew trying to complete all this now.
Yeah, that's got to be bittersweet for you, seeing that support coming in, but you're also, operating on this bare bones staff and knowing that this is it, right?
Yeah, it is, and it's and emotions are running a little bit high because everybody wants to talk about it, and we're all stressed, we're all sad, we're all it's somewhat of a relief at some point, but I'm not sure when that relief is going to happen. Yeah. But yeah, it's just we're going up and down with just our emotions and everything the whole time. So it gets to be a little bit unbearable sometimes when the place is wall to wall of people that are screaming for slow burgers, and we've got one cook on the grill trying to make those. Yeah. But we're doing the best we can.
Yeah. Hopefully people understand. So obvious question here: why are you closing?
That's a tough question. I mean, ultimately, we don't have enough business to pay the bills. Coming out of COVID, we took a loan to try and to cover operating costs and get back into business and pay staff and pay with the rising costs of food. All of our supplies, price of everything went up. I'm sure everybody remembers like 2021 when the prices of everything just like quadrupled all of a sudden. And that never really came back down. And the prices did settle out and things did back up, but nothing went back to the price that it was before COVID. So yeah, trying to keep up with that loan. Summers have always been slow for us. With the lack of an outdoor patio, or at least the lack of an outdoor patio that has a good view. We used to be able to make up for our slow summers in the fall, but then the foot traffic slowed down in fall too, and that it got harder and harder to keep up. And so we kind of basically we saw what was happening this summer, and the owner didn't want to go any deeper into debt, rolling the dice on a good fall. And so we just kind of had to pull the plug on it.
I think
which was sad and tough.
You just mentioned supply costs, and I think it's important to talk about this because we all feel the pinch at the grocery store, right? It's unbelievable. Sure. Every time I go, I think, I can't believe how much these groceries are costing me. Do you think people forget about that when they go out to eat and they see the prices on the menu and that kind of shocks them? I mean, you guys are paying the same higher costs that we are.
Right, and we're paying someone to cook it for you and serve it to you.
Yeah.
And we're paying for a space to to house all this stuff. So I don't know that people forget. I mean, obviously they do. I think it's sticker shock every year for everyone. When we first opened, Slow Burgers were $8, maybe $9, and the size hasn't changed. We never scaled back on the size. It's still a half-pound patty of Painted Hills. You know, it's high quality beef that we're using. We're using really good buns. We use really good ingredients for everything, and that. You know, I remember when the owner he was like, we're going to go above $10 on this burger. And I look at burgers at other places that are inferior products that are selling for $20 without a side. And, you know, we kind of capped out at $16 and felt our customers' reaction to that. And, you know, we didn't know where else we could go with that. So
honestly, and that's a steal for one of your burgers. They're that good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the neighborhood. I mean, you sort of mentioned location, but I know that there have been some issues in that neighborhood. How has that played into the decision to close, or I guess the decline in business?
Sure, that's been a key factor for sure. It's rough down there. There are, you know, there's the sidewalks are dirty and full of people that are doing drugs out in the open and camping there and intimidating people. And you know, we're one of the only neighborhoods outside downtown that has paid parking. So people have to park, pay for it, and contend with, you know, feeling like they're unsafe. And that sucks. And but the answer to that, you know, I don't know what the cure is for that. People come in and they complain about it and they're upset about it, and then I see people yelling on social media about all the stuff and all the crime and all the, which, I mean, I don't know how much crime is actually happening in our neighborhood. I know it's some, but we don't see cars being broken into like we used to. But it's still a huge factor. Like no one wants to park down there next to that and then walk and leave their car behind to come in and have dinner with us.
Have you gone to the city with these concerns, and have you gotten any kind of response? What has that been like?
We have, myself, not directly. Our property manager has been a huge influence on keeping things clean in the neighborhood. She is very vocal, and she's got connections with the police department, with the city. She's involved with the Central East Side Industrial Council, which I know works really hard. They've got their East Side Together group that sort of like the enhanced service district that they use that, you know, it's basically a private security that we've hired. And they have contracts with a cleaning group that comes through and cleans up the sidewalks in the street. But that only goes so far. And I don't know what the answer is to that. You know, people after we announced closing, you know, there's been a lot of heated emotions online. I see stuff on, you know, people posting things, blaming the politicians, blaming, you know, yelling about how the city of Portland's just not doing this stuff. And it's like, I honestly don't know what they would do in that situation. I mean, do we arrest everyone and warehouse them for being homeless and being addicted to drugs, or do we force them all to go into rehab when we still have civil rights to not be forced into rehab? Do we actually pay for housing, as it seems like the new mayor's been trying to do? It seems like the answer to that has been, you know, nobody wants it in their backyard. And I don't know what the answer is to that. You know, I look at I still see human beings down there, but my patience level is really thin with a lot of it. I try to approach it with the heart, but at the same time, it's like you guys are killing me. Like, you know, this is the problem. You know, like when my bar would be empty during lunch, I'd walk outside and I'd be like, get the hell out of here. Like this is my problem right now. So I know that.
It's so nuanced. It's so hard to talk about, even in this interview, never mind a social media post.
For sure.
Whether you're talking about the neighborhood issues or you're talking about economic issues with customers and running a business. What are other businesses in the area saying? How are they surviving? I know some of them have closed, right?
Yeah, we're losing a lot. I mean, over the years, I was driving by, you know, I was leaving the bar the other day, driving north on MLK, looking around at, shuttered buildings. Like we lost, a few years ago, we lost Ollie Damon's, like a fishing supply place. And then we lost, what was it called? Andy and Backs, they had like army supply and camping stuff. Next Adventure is now closing at the end of the summer, early in the fall. And that was a huge amount of foot traffic for us. People coming to get their snowboards fitted, their skis, boots fitted, and stuff like that would come over and get lunch while they're waiting for their bindings to get tightened up or whatever. And we're going to miss that a great deal. There's other bars in the neighborhood. I know Home is closing next week. I know I speak to the owner of Lollipop Shop. She comes in a lot for lunch, and she's fantastic. And I know she's feeling the burn over there too. But as you go, and Nicholas has moved out of the neighborhood. It's just, as more and more places close, there's less reasons for people to be walking down the sidewalk there.
Yeah.
Miller Paint got bought out, and they closed that location recently.
What do you think it's going to take for this neighborhood to come back, or will it? Do you think it will?
Yeah, it has to. I guess it's just, we're a victim of an economic cycle that's going on down there right now. And you see other neighborhoods get redeveloped or get storefront money or whatever it is that happens for them to get, to get retail foot traffic going on there. And I know that those other neighborhoods don't have paid parking, and our paid parking is about to go up and go until 10 o'clock at night. I don't think that that's necessarily fair for us to have to compete with that. As you get closer to the river, rents typically go up, and we have to beg customers to come in, and and have to respect the fact that they are driving to our neighborhood. We're not a walking neighborhood. We don't have as many people living there as we used to. There's a lot of buildings going up, but I don't see that many people coming and going. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the answer is to that, honestly. I don't know what's going to change down there. I don't know how it's going to change. I don't know how fast it's going to change. I've been, I was a regular at that bar before I started working there in 2006. I've come and gone a couple times, but I've seen massive changes down there.
Yeah.
And it's been frustrating and sad to see that option leave.
What are you going to miss the most about Slow Bar?
That was a place that it was the center place in town for me and all my friends to meet up on our way someplace else. And having worked there so much and knowing everybody there and knowing all the regulars, it was just the easiest place to go. It's like, we're going to a show downtown. Like, where you guys want to meet up beforehand? It was always Slow Bar. It's that sense of community, that like clubhouse mentality. It was our Cheers, whatever.
Yeah.
It was our place to go before we went someplace else. It was our place to go after we left the other place to go, recap our night, or have one last drink before you head home, or two. But I'm gonna miss that a lot. And I don't know. I don't know where the next place is gonna be just yet. But it's that's probably the most sad thing to me. I'm gonna miss my coworkers a lot. I'm gonna miss the staff. There were times when I was getting frustrated. The clients. There were times when I'd get frustrated with, why am I still doing this? Why am I still doing this? And then I would get 2 tables in a row that came in. And they're like, we love this place. We're so happy to be here. Oh, God, the food is so good. The food is so good. And I'd be like, this is why I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I totally understand that. The restaurant bar business it's like family too.
For
Steve, hope to see you pop up again somewhere. Obviously, you're really good at running a bar and running a restaurant. You've done an amazing job.
Thanks.
We're sorry to hear Slow Bar is closing. And thank you for talking with me today.
Thanks, Angelica.
Good luck.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too.